Let's automatically add a task template or a schedule to our new job as soon as we create that job. So we're going to use workflows, and we will head into our JobTread settings, go to the workflows tab, and then click on plus workflow. Now we can choose a template from our library, so import from library, and then we will select the one that says import task template on job created. Click import, and now we can fill in the steps. And so you'll notice that we can click on an individual step to see anything additional that we need to fill in. Currently, this workflow starts with the trigger job created. So we are looking for jobs that were just created in JobTread. Perfect. Now we also want to add a task template. So let's go ahead and expand step 2. And now we need to specify which task template we'd like to add to this new job. So we're going to say find task template where the name is exactly, and then we'll put in the name of our template. Now make sure that you go into your catalog in the schedule templates tab and double check the name of that template. It does need to match perfectly with the right capitalization and spacing. Okay, so I have one that starts with an asterisk and it's called residential construction actually. Perfect. And then I'm good to go there. Now this little notice down here is just telling us that we don't have a filter applied before this action, so it will run on every single new job created. If you wanted this task template only added to certain types of jobs, then you can add in a filter before this, specifying exactly which type of job you'd like to add. All right, so now we're going to go to the next step and do import task template into job. So we're going to expand this. Now that we found the task template, we need to say where we want this task template to go. So we're using the step import task template, and then we can choose if we'd like to grant access to all the people assigned to those tasks, if we'd like them to automatically have access to the job as well. So yes, in this case, as soon as that template gets added to the job, then I want everyone assigned to those tasks automatically added to the job as well. I also can choose if I want to notify them when that schedule gets added. Maybe not yet, because I might want to make some adjustments to that schedule template first. And then you'll choose the start date for that template. When do you want the day 1 on your schedule to begin? In this case, it's a static field, so you're choosing a very specific date. However, that probably doesn't make much sense because every job is going to need a different start date. So I may X out of this and change this static field to a dynamic field by clicking on the curly brackets next to it. Now I could say today, which means that will have day 1 be when this workflow runs, okay? And then if there is a specific time on that first task, you can also choose a start time. Now we'll go down into the target ID. This is indicating exactly where we want this schedule template to be added. Well, of course, on the job for that workflow. So as you can see, I'm specifying the job ID from that step 1. I want that schedule to land on that specific job. And the target type is a job. Great. Lastly, I do want to indicate which task template that I would like to add to this job. It seems a little bit redundant because we already found that task template over here, but this step, find task template, gives us an output, which is going to tell us the ID of that task template. So now we can reference that ID in the action step. So the action step is telling the system exactly what needs to happen given the information that we're pulling in earlier. So I have the step 2 ID listed here. You shouldn't need to change any of the target IDs or the task template IDs. That should be all set up for you in your template. The main pieces to adjust will be those up at the top of this step 3. Now, when you're ready, you can go ahead and mark this as active by clicking the inactive, toggle it to active, and then click Save. Verify your changes and then hit OK, and now it is an active workflow. So I would recommend creating a new test job and double check that that schedule gets added to the test job. Now there is an intended 15-second delay once you create that new job before the action will take place from your workflow. The system has a lot of work to do on the back end to get it there, so wait for about 15 seconds and then you should see that schedule pop into that job. If you have any issues or if you have any questions, contact your success manager or email support@jobtread.com. Thanks.